So I'm going to be going through the SE Tablet Mini today, and just a few, I suppose, features around the device and so on and so forth, mainly around the case and the fact that it's an iPad within a speech generating case as well. And just talk about the softwares in a little bit of detail as well. Just before we do, just for anyone who's not familiar with myself or the company, my name is Michael Brazel, and I am the solutions consultant for Tobii Dynavox and Safecare Technologies in Ireland. So I have 4 years experience working with assistive technology. And that's a bit about myself. About the company then, for ourselves, we are Safecare Technologies, and we provide novel assistive communication and other products to assistive technology for people nationwide across Ireland. We basically, I suppose, we pride ourselves on, if there's a solution, we try our best to, I suppose, solve that solution for someone, whether it's environmental control, whether it's multisensory, whether it's AAC, assistive technology, or even mounting solutions for wheelchair mounts, table mounts, floor mounts, and so on and so forth. So these are the areas that we do work with. I just touched on them briefly there. So we work with the AAC communication devices. So we sell a lot of the different types of Tobii Dynavox devices, whether it's the SC Tablet Mini, the SC Tablet 10.2 inch, i110, i-Series, TD Pilot. There's lots of different types of communication devices that we do have available. We sell assistive technology, for example, some switches and some joysticks and so on and so forth. So different types of alternative access for people. Multisensory, we sell the SHX system, cognition, some scheduling and cognitive products, and environmental control, things like windows, doors, blinds, being able to control those in your home environment, or even the TV as well. So these are some of the companies that we currently work with. So we are obviously Tobii Dynavox, and we sell the AAC communication devices. We work with Readapt as well. So we sell the different types of floor mounts, different types of wheelchair mounts, table clamps, bed mounts, wall mounts, and so on and so forth. There's lots of different types of mounting solutions. We also work with AbleNet and Praetorian. We work with them for the switches, so things like your typical Pico switches, maybe body buttons, different types of joysticks, whether it's a trackball or so on and so forth. We work with Abelia for cognitive products, and also for scheduling products, maybe timers and so on and so forth. And we work with BJ Live, who are now renamed as Kunira, for things like the SHX sensory room. So we supply the full immersive sensory room, and we also work with them for environmental control, like controlling your windows, your doors, and your blinds, and so on and so forth. So that's just a little bit of a background about the company and about myself. As I said, anyone have any questions in relation to other products as well, feel free to ask them, throughout or at the end of the webinar as well. That's no problem at all. So today, I suppose the main topic we're going to talk about is the new Tobii Dynavox SC Tablet Mini. So I'm just going to give you an introduction into that particular device. So just at a glance, you might be familiar with, or you might not be familiar with, the SC tablet. So the SC tablet is the speech generating device. It's an iPad 10.2 inch with a speech generating case surrounding it then as well. Quite a durable case. So some people might be already familiar with it. It's been around quite a while, the new version in the last few years, but obviously there has been an older version as well. So that particular one, you might be familiar, already had the TD Snap software on it. Can also now get the TD Talk software, which I'll talk about in a little bit more detail in a few minutes. But now we've basically shrunk that device, and we now have the SC Tablet Mini, as you can see. So it is the mini version of the iPad. So that now has the iPad within this speech generating case, a very, very durable case, and a very neat case as well. So that is the SC Tablet Mini, just at a quick glance. I'll go into more detail now in a second. So this is the SC Tablet Mini, a larger picture here now. As you can see, it's the complete AAC solution, including the new iPad Mini, as I mentioned. It's got that protective case with amplified speakers. I will be showing you, I suppose, a demo of it in a second, but just for now, just to kind of show you the slides, this is kind of what it looks like from the front. So you do have that much more durable case. It's got the edges around it as well to protect the device, and it's also got that raised front as well. Okay, so it's just basically the SC tablet, but smaller. So here we have just, I suppose, more images at a glance of the case itself and the iPad. So here we have an example of the TD Talk software, and again I'll talk about that in a little more detail in a second, but just in relation to the case itself, you can see it now has a built-in kickstand at the back. It's also got your carry straps as well, so at the bottom, so for anyone who wants to carry it around, and also it's got that integrated handle as well. So just even to show you here now, my hand is my fingers are in the integrated handle, as you can see, so you can actually hold that. Your fingers go inside in that particular part at the back. We have got the parts here for the straps at the bottom, so if I just raise that, you'll see the holes here and the holes on the other side for the actual strap itself. And then you've got that kickstand at the back, so you'll see here it clips out, and we've got that kickstand for easy access and I suppose easy mounting on a table, for example. So we can just place it down on the table at whichever height we require, or you could always just maybe not use the kickstand and have it just resting on the table as so, for example. Okay, so that's just a quick glance of it here now. This is the size of it, so you can see it's quite neat, quite small, and quite light as well. So here we have some of the key benefits of the SC Tablet Mini itself. So it is portable, as you can see, it's quite light. I can kind of just move it around very easily. It's lightweight, ergonomically designed, and it's a discreet design as well. So it's quite small. We can, just keep it very discreetly by your side. No one's going to really notice that you have this particular device, for example. Or if you have a small bag, you can even fit that in the bag as well. So it's easily carried around then as well. It's also durable as well. So it's got that durable case, as we mentioned here. It's got those crash corners. So you'll see here, if I just bring it up to the corner or to the actual camera itself, you see here, you've got this whole area protecting the actual iPad itself. Even you can see here how deep in the iPad is from where the actual case is, from where you see the power button there. Okay, you've got the raised edges. So as I mentioned on the front, it's raised from the actual screen. So you'll actually be able to, if it falls down on the actual ground or anything like that, it's got those raised edges to protect the screen itself. And it has been drop tested at 1.5 meters as well. So it has been drop tested, a few times basically in relation to durability. And, it is quite durable, as you can see from the drop test of 1.5 meters. It's also as well made for AAC. So like any of our communication devices made for AAC, the speakers are optimized. So you might be used to just using maybe an iPad, and with iPads, we just use them for, entertainment, for, Netflix, for Spotify, for music, and, for TV shows and things like that. So they're designed for us to be able to use them, and the sound comes towards us. So it travels towards us as an entertainment device. But in relation to using this as an AAC device, these inbuilt speakers that you have in the case themselves, they're amplified speakers. So they actually are optimized for that speech as well. And what happens is basically, as a communicator, I can press my symbols, I can speak, and then the speech is going to go amplify out the other way. So like as if I'm speaking to yourself face to face, it amplifies out to the other person. It's designed specifically for ambient users, as you can see as well. And it runs as well for around 10 hours as well. So it is an iPad. It's basically got that 10-hour runtime. So it is quite long lasting as well. Okay, so some of the particular users that it might be designed for. Now, it's not strictly, for these particular two areas, but primary you see the ambulance users, for example, young kids, maybe, with autism, for example, kids that, require a light, durable device that can be easily transported, for example. So you have that, any touch user as well. So it is a touch device, so any touch user can use this, and basically anyone who requires durability. So again, it has been drop tested. So for any child who requires that durability of a device, this is the particular device that would suit the best. Also then as well, you have people who, may have aphasia, stroke, or brain injury. They require a small device, again, neat to carry around, durable and lightweight. Easy to use. Again, it is an iPad. A lot of people know how to use iPads. It's quite easy to use. Even the softwares are very intuitive. For example, the TD Snap, the TD Talk, they're all quite easy to use. We do run some webinars on those as well. If anyone who isn't too familiar with those softwares would like to attend them, just keep an eye on our emails. We do send out the emails, I suppose, just to let you know what webinars are coming up. There is actually a webinar coming up as well, and Nishita, who is with me today, she'll pop in the links in a while. There's no need to pop them in right now, but at the end of the webinar, just in relation to the TD Snap webinar that will be coming up recently, I think that's next week or the week after, that will be happening as well. So going back to the device for people with aphasia, brain injury, or stroke, it's lightweight as well, so it's easy to carry around, and again, it's quite discreet device as well. So someone might be a bit nervous about having this device. They don't they're a bit anxious about having the device, because of having aphasia or brain injury or stroke. So it's quite neat. It's small, no one's going to really notice what it is for and things like that as well. So that's, I suppose, some of the benefits for those particular users. In relation to getting the device itself, so you do get, obviously, you'll see here now, this is the device with its case here now. So when you do get the device, this is basically what comes in the box. You get your assembled device. So here we have your iPad mini, your SC tablet case, basically. So you have those two. You also get your USB-C to USB-A cable as well. So that's for charging. You get your SpeechCase mini power cable, again for charging, the SpeechCase mini power supply as well. So that's your actual power supply for charging the device. You get a small screwdriver as well, because what it requires is actually in the actual case itself, there's just 2 screws. You tie at the very, very back here. Once you screw them in, the case is then secure around the iPad. So it's not like it can pop off easily. It's quite secure. It's basically stuck together with those 2 screws for that durability as well. So even if it had fallen, it's not going to pop off easily because it's screwed together. You've got the shoulder strap. So as I mentioned earlier, you've got the 2 holes on each side here for your strap. So it's an optional extra. You can have that on your device if you want. If not, that's no problem as well. But it basically just goes onto those 4 holes, and then you can have it around your neck and carry it around easily. You've got your USB-C iPad power adapter, your USB-C iPad power cable. There's some training cards as well. So depending on the software, if it's TD Snap, you're getting with the device itself, you have that training guide. Basically, you have your training cards and so on and so forth in order to be able to learn how to use the device. And then finally, you also have your safety and compliance document as well, which is included in all your devices as well. So that's what comes with the box. So just a little bit about the softwares. So as normal, it comes with TD Snap software. You can also, it actually will come with TD Talk as well. And it also comes with Snapseed Lite as well. So you get the Lite version of that where you can access 2 photos on that as well. So TD Snap, for, I suppose most people here might be familiar with that software already, but for anyone who's not, that's our communication software. It has a lot of different types of page sets on the actual software. So it was originally set up with the PCS symbol page set. So I'll go on to the next page. That is your core first page set. So a lot of people will be familiar with the core first. It's also got that page set for people who might have aphasia, brain injury, or stroke. You've got your text-based page set for any text users. It's got the in-app purchase pod page set. It's also got the in-app purchase gateway page set. And it's also got a scanning page set included as well. And the good news for people who are attending today, now obviously this isn't a webinar on this particular one, but there is the motor planning page set as well that is being released at the start of November. So it is coming very, very soon, just in the next 3 to 4 weeks. There will be another page set added as well as an extra on the software as well. So it's not like you have to purchase this page set. The motor planning page set will be included with the core first, aphasia, text, and scanning page sets. So this will be for someone who, requires motor planning, for example, when using communication software. And that is coming, as I mentioned, soon enough as well at the start of November. For the TD Talk software is a text-based page set, I suppose, software itself. It is actually a free app. So even if anyone had an iPad now, for someone, who might have motor neuron, for example, or any progressive conditions, you can get this software for free. And this can, I suppose, stick with you for, if you had to go from, say, a touch device to an eye gaze device. So you have this free app on an iPad that you might have at home. And then this can follow through to maybe a more, advanced device like an eye gaze device in the future. So it is a keyboard-based app, basically, as you can see here. You've got your keyboard in the center. You've got your message bar in the center as well. So the message bar itself is designed in the center. It's to stop that eye traveling and eye fatigue for an eye gaze user when using an eye gaze device. So it's actually in the center to reduce down that movement of your eyes. And you can see your text that you're texting straight away. Your delete and your backspace button and you'll see are actually on opposite sides of the screen. And again, that's designed that way to stop that accidental touch of maybe, hitting delete when you only wanted to do backspace, for example. It is available as well in over 15 languages, this keyboard as well, and it contains predictive as well. So you'll see here now that if we're typing a sentence, for example, what happens when we're typing a sentence is that the actual full sentence, so if I was on a daily basis asking people, hi, how are you? If I just typed in, hi, how, for example, it's going to predict what I'm saying in the message bar. So I can finish my sentence then by simply pressing on the message bar, and automatically my sentence will be there. So that is the TD Talk software, and it's designed as well to be fast and to help you basically sound like you. So you can do what's called voice banking and put your own voice on the device as well. So in summary, in relation to this device, this is the SC Tablet Mini that we're talking about. It is small, as you can see, but it's quite a mighty device. So it's very similar to your SC Tablet, but for those, for users that want to have that smaller device, that iPad Mini, that more discreet, that more durable, that lighter device, this is the one for you. It's small, but it's mighty. It's lightweight. It's got the extra loud speakers. It's great for, I suppose, the battery life. It's durable, and it's got the softwares. Okay, so they're the key features of it. Lightweight, extra loud speakers, and I'll show you that now in a second. You've also got that extra long time, that battery power, that 10 plus battery power, the durability, and you get all three softwares with it as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just to kind of, I suppose, demonstrate it to you there now, just going to go in now, just make sure we're all connected up and show you the device. So we go into TD Snap. So just to show you here now, hopefully, I know sometimes when you put a screen against a screen, it kind of goes a bit fuzzy, but as you can see, we have the text or the symbol-based page set on the device at the moment. So as I speak, okay, and that's not even up full volume. So
want more.
Now, obviously, I know you're not going to get the full effect of, maybe the sound
Dinner.
through a webinar itself, but just as an example, this is up full at the moment.
I want more dinner.
It's quite loud. You can be heard, even for a child in the classroom, for example, or even if an adult with aphasia is out and about, you're going to be heard. It's got those extra loud speakers designed for speech, basically. Whereas an iPad, you can only have it at a certain volume. It's not going to be heard very, very well on its own. This particular one is designed for speech and for communication. As I said, it's lightweight as well, so it's quite light. You've got that extra battery power and the durability as well. So just to show you as well, this is just an example, just if you can see it as well, of the text-based page set. So you might be able to see the text-based page set there. You have your keyboard, and again, I can type using the keyboard. Hi. Okay, so again, you can see I've put the text in the message bar, and when I press the speak,
hi, how are you?
It speaks for me. Okay, so that is the SC Tablet Mini in a nutshell, basically. I suppose I won't go through the specifications in too much detail, but we will be sharing the slides and obviously this webinar as well, this recording as well. So I'll leave this slide up here for a few seconds just so you can pause and have a look at a later stage as well if you are looking at the recording again. But this is just, I suppose, some of the tech specs of the new iPad Mini, basically, inside the SC Tablet Mini with the iPad Mini inside it. So you see you have the SC Tablet Mini 8.3 inch versus the 10.2 inch SC Tablet, the original one. Weight and size, you can see it's pretty much nearly half the weight. The case weight is 590, whereas the SE tablet 10.2 inch, 712. So again, it's lighter again. It doesn't have switch ports, whereas the larger one, the 10.2 inch does. And the mounting plate, you can't mount it. So for example, if you wanted to mount it onto a wheelchair, you can't do that, whereas you can with the 10.2 inch. There's a few other ones there. As I said, I'll leave them there for you so you can, have a look there now if you want as well. And obviously with the recording as well. But that's pretty much the SC Tablet Mini in a nutshell. Does anyone have any questions regarding that device or anything at all that they'd like me to answer? Or okay. It's a nice quick webinar, I suppose, in a sense, because you can see, it is the device. If anyone as well in relation to, these devices, what I did forget to mention was we do assessments and we do trials as well. So for any speech and language therapist that's attending today, if you do feel that you have a client that might work well with this particular device, we can come out, we can do assessments with different touch devices. Maybe another device might work better. We can do those assessments. From there, then we can give free trials of 2 weeks of the device with the software. And, obviously then from there, you might need to go for funding or it could be privately funded, for example. So it really does depend on the route of funding afterwards, obviously, as well, if you're purchasing a device. But just to let you know that those options are available where we do the assessments and we do the trials as well. So what I might get there now is I'll just have a look at the Q&A section. So Yeah, I can see Ashita has put in some of the links there now. So if you do pop into the Q&A section, you might have got a notification as well. There is a link to learn more about the SC Tablet Mini. It is on our website, so you can see more information about that there as well. But if you even want to book a call with myself or any of my colleagues, we can talk you through the device in more detail as well. If you want to register for that webinar coming up about the TD Snap software, that's coming up soon in the next 2 weeks, but we will be running other ones in November. I know we're running an eye gaze webinar as well in November. I don't know has that been released yet, but that will be released soon. It'll be on the website, so just keep an eye on our website on the same page on the link that Ashita put in, or even on our emails that we send out. And finally, as well, if you want to book an assessment, there is a link there as well. So for anyone anywhere nationwide, as you can see, there's a few people from different areas of Ireland. Any questions you have, if you want to book an assessment, do get in contact with us and we'll, no problem at all, we can book that in for you. Okay. So what I'll do is I will stay on for another minute or two. If anyone has any questions about the SC Tablet Mini here, happy to answer any questions that you do have. If not, that's no problem. Thank you to everyone for attending today. Hope you took some good points from the webinar in relation to the SC Tablet Mini.